The Coach's Corner, brought to you by KNEL TV, your trusted source for high school sports in the heart of Texas and the Northwest Hill Country for over 50 years. This week, we sit down with the head coaches of the Brady Bulldogs, the Mason Punchers, to break down last Friday's matchups, talk standout players, and preview what's ahead. From game strategy to locker room leadership, we're getting the inside scoop straight from the sidelines.
Rudy Rule for KNEL TV. I'm here with Coach Jaron Roberts, head varsity football coach of the Brady Bulldogs, and we've just come off a big victory against San Antonio YMLA. Coach, you had a 60-0 victory. Tell me what your thoughts are about the game.
You know, you always are concerned with first week jitters, kids coming out. You know, there's always going to be mistakes early in the year. We had an early turnover right there on the first drive offensively. But our kids, we were extremely proud of them after that point. They locked in, they got a couple of quick scores and got a good lead. And, you know, as a whole, we did a lot of good things that you're looking for as a coach's staff to do well early in the season, finishing off drives, you know, stopping opponents, not missing a lot of tackles, not missing a lot of assignments. And we were able to rotate a lot of guys in. And so extremely proud of our guys and the effort that they had week one here. We went on a pretty good road trip, and we got off the bus pretty focused, pretty locked in, and got a good win.
It's good to have that road trip early, because then that's, putting your game face on, thinking about the game. I remember coaches used to always say that, and it's like, but it's true, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It absolutely is. And, you know, it's one of the big things you always, are concerned about with long road trips is, getting off, starting fast, being locked in mentally. It was a team that we beat last year, but it was a close game for quite a bit of the game, and it didn't turn out that way this year. But a lot of that, I think, is contributes to our kids coming in locked in and focusing on us, and we played really well. So really excited about that and proud of our kids.
Well, as I was watching warm-ups, YMLA looked really good, and so I was really impressed with the offense and the defense for the Bulldogs. Tell us a little bit about your highlights on offense, your highlights on defense.
Yeah, you know, offensively, we were happy that we threw the ball and ran the ball well. We hit some big plays, obviously, and, we threw a couple of things out there that they hadn't seen us do on film in the scrimmages. We stayed pretty simple in our scrimmages, but our kids went out and really executed it well. Ashton Taylor had over 100 yards rushing as a running back. And we were able to kind of limit his carries later in the game, keep him fresh. Sean Jacoby had over 100 rushing and over 100 passing, did a really good job there. And our receivers caught the ball. Ethan Bernal had a long screen play for a touchdown. So, offensively, anytime you run the ball well, you throw the ball well, and you get your screen game going, that gives a lot for, opponents this week and in future weeks that they have to work on. Defensively, really proud of our guys that we aligned well. They get in some different formations and kind of move around, and so you're always worried about just getting lined up properly. We did a good job of communicating and getting lined up properly. We flew around. Johnny Roque, our middle linebacker, was our leading tackler. He had 13 tackles, and then our D-line really played well. Offensive line played well too. Both sides, offense and defensive line, kind of controlled the line of scrimmage, and when you do that, good things are going to happen. Extremely proud of our secondary too, Rudy. We had given up some plays in the Lano scrimmage, some big pass plays, and our secondary came in and did a good job of kind of locking down and fixing some things on the back end.
Well, I noticed number 88 for YMLA looked like a Division I receiver, and y'all pretty well shut him down.
Yes, sir. He was the main focal point for us, as we kind of prepared last week. He does have some college offers. I know A&M Kingsville's looking at him a little bit. And, he's a big play explosive guy. And, we tried to do a good job of putting two guys on him most of the night. And he kind of got frustrated early when he wasn't getting the ball. And, and then getting a good pass rush and not giving the quarterback a lot of time to throw in. So we were extremely proud of our guys defensively. I think they respected, YMLA's passing game. They respected number 88, and we did a good job of executing the game plan.
And YMLA looked like they had a really potent line offensively and defensively, but your line really dominated.
They've got good size up front. we pride ourselves on winning the line of scrimmage, and you know, that's something that we take pride in, and we put as one of our top objectives to do every single week. And you know, all those guys up front, South, Caden, DeMarcus, Brody, Cooper even coming in on the D line, Nas, you know, Zach Ledesma, they all did a really good job of rotating in. We kept guys fresh. Talon Ferris came in there some too. Gavin Rabian got in the mix, and so you know, we rotated a lot of guys in, and they weren't able to rotate guys in as well, and I think that also helped us kind of wear them down a little bit up front.
And that helps during the course of the season, getting some game experience for a lot of guys.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So you've got Mason coming up Friday. Tell us a little bit about your preparation for Mason Punchers.
You know, we told our kids today they are Mason. There's a lot of tradition over there. There's a lot of pride over there, and they are going through a little bit of a transition right now with a new staff. And you know, Coach Griffin's a good coach. He's won a lot of games out there at Weimar and a few other places. Won some playoff games as well. And so I know that as they're kind of figuring themselves out, you can see from the first scrimmage to the second scrimmage they get better. From the second scrimmage to the first game they get better. They're really flying around against Wall. Obviously everybody knows what Wall is, and so we told our kids we've got to expect the best version of Mason, a version of Mason that you know, we haven't seen to this point of this season, and it's going to be a really good game. It's going to be a dogfight down there. We're going to have to go to Mason and play really well. Obviously, going to play in the Puncher Dome, that's a place that you know, is traditionally a hard place to go get a victory in, and so they've got a lot of pride over there. They're not going to want to start the season 0-2. They're sure not going to want to lose to you know, a team 30 miles down the road that they are going to see in some other sports during the year. So we're expecting a really tough challenge, and you know, they're a power spread offensively. Defensively, they give you multiple looks, which can cause some problems. They get an odd front and an even front, and they really fly around. They get 11 hats to the ball, and so we need to be locked in. We need to have a good week of practice, and we need to be ready to go get in a fight, and we expect it to be a really good game down there Friday night.
Well, Coach, how good would it be for the Brady fans to show up Friday night?
Hey, we'd love to see our Brady fans. We appreciate what you guys do for KNEL Radio and all our people that are way off out there. This is what this provides for them. But hey, our local folks, let's come on down to Mason. Let's pack the Puncher Dome and cheer on the Bulldogs. We'll be home next week. Feels like we don't play at home for a while with being on the road the first 2 weeks. But yeah, come on down, get your first glimpse of the Bulldogs, and you know, these kids are working hard, and we're excited about the challenge.
Brady Bulldogs, battle-tested tough, big game this Friday, Mason Puncher Dome. Fans need to show up. As we all know, Brady pride never dies. Coach, I appreciate it this morning. Thank you for the interview, and go Bulldogs for
Bulldogs.
KNEL TV. I'm Rudy Rule.
That's a wrap on this week's Coach's Corner, brought to you by KNEL TV on KNELradio.com and Roku. Big thanks to the coaches from Brady and Mason for sharing their insights, strategies, and stories from the sidelines. Be sure to catch all the upcoming action right here on KNEL TV live stream and KNEL 95.3 FM and 1490 KNEL AM for live broadcast of the games where hometown pride runs deep and Friday nights still mean something. Until next time, stay fired up, stay focused, and we'll see you at the game.